hit him back. So that's my thing. You have to prepare yourself for the comeback of the choices that you make. So I feel like Chris Rock should have. I don't know. He should have boomed that
Chris Rock
man.
leaned in and was like, he braced himself and then got slapped. I just so everything that you said is very
Yeah,
much
we would have had the
accurate.
tussle.
So I mean, like even I'm shocked that you hit me, but I'm so shocked that I'm about to boom you.
Like you gonna be remembered for getting slapped and not doing nothing
forever.
Well, see, so now the thing with
So they
that
go to commercial
is,
break and then come back and we scrapping. Our tuxes are messed up.
Mhm.
All the chairs knocked over in the front row. So I think he handled it.
all the chairs.
And you know, people have jumped up. They were trying to run and jump in and pull us apart.
you wouldn't have got none of that though, because like I said, I was watching it live. So the TV started acting crazy. It went into like a pause and a stop, and then when you did see it, when they did finally like come back, there was no sound. You could only read Will Smith's mouth.
Okay, so when they came back, so Will got two. So this there. Thank you. The time lapse between she found it. Somebody's on there crying. But look, the time between the slap and then getting back to his seat and still speaking out loud,
you couldn't hear that.
You couldn't hear it. But let's think about Will's mental, what you're in. Like you've already slapped him and walked back to your seat. I'm looking at his facial expression walking back to his seat. That was odd.
Yeah.
Because it was almost like
it looked staged in the beginning.
It did. I didn't believe it at first until he said it the second time.
But then he said it 2 times. So that's a whole couple of minutes of span of energy. Like you hadn't had time to think about, dang, I'm at whatever he was at, the Oscars, the Emmys,
whatever it was,
the Tonys. He was there. And we're in the front row.
Guess what somebody said? This was back in Source Awards 2001.
He had the Source Awards. And it I don't know. I'm just really looking at a lot of different factors here.
I don't feel like Chris should have said anything towards them in the first place because they have like this long-standing not beef, but kind of like bad energy.
I don't care. Don't put your hands on me.
He's a comedian.
And then if you gonna jump on me, then catch me in the streets. Don't you could have been caught me.
Say what you gonna say in the street then,
and would
or at the after party
or whatever. Like I said, don't put your hands on me.
So let's go to the real issue here. Was the joke really what you really have been upset about that joke?
No, we joke about people all the time. G.I. Jane and Lil Baby was bad in that movie.
She was super bad.
She was cute.
What's the problem?
And a lot of people said they didn't even know she had alopecia.
Because we don't think she does have alopecia.
And there were pictures posted of people who have alopecia, right? Mm-hmm. And I ain't saying she don't, because I don't have it. But just compared to the pictures that were posted of people who actually have alopecia, I know somebody personally, and she has no hair. She shaved her entire head.
Right, we know.
Maybe you got a brush cut. Like
that's what she really does. It is G.I. Jane-ish. It is.
And so therefore the joke should have been okay because it's really a cute cut. I took it as a compliment. Jada, we're waiting on G.I. Jane Part 2. What's wrong with that? So y'all wanted a moment. You got your moment. They're gonna go to the red table talk.
I think it was a promotional thing because ain't nobody been studying red tables. Like I think people haven't been over Will and Jada for a minute.
Yes,
we know too much about business.
There's always something.
Hush. Mm-hmm. Then her entangled partner had to drop his 2 cents. Like, bro, please hush. You won't even understand what your post even says right now. Like talking about art and like, bro, hush.
I need my 15 minutes.
And that's the thing, like with Jada. I mean, I know she got her own status, but you were Will Smith. You were at a higher level. This man, like, up there. Without him, you really wouldn't be talked about. Nobody wouldn't be studying you. So you got to make yourself relevant.
And it kind of seems like she's been putting him in mess for the last few years.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't been about his acting or about their other stuff they have going on professionally. It's been about her entanglements and their bedroom and
girl, don't nobody care. Y'all old and it ain't sexy.
You embarrassed this man too many times, and you want to take your anger out on Chris Rock because this woman then been embarrassing you, talking about how she slept with her son friend and how you really don't. Your sex is not really all of that, and you supposed to be a healing person, but you sitting up there laughing when he went up there and slapped Chris Rock.
But then Willow wrote a letter to Tupac. Like,
What?
yes.
Okay.
Like, you got a lot of other reasons to be mad, bro. You need to relax. Calm down.
Where was the letter to Tupac about her stepdaddy? What was that about?
Almost basically saying like she would have met him and was around when her mom was dating him. Like, it was really weird.
So what have you said to your daughter about Tupac that made her want to write a
Right.
letter and say, I wanted to meet you? Like,
Listen to me. I have 3 daughters. And if one decided to write a letter to a whole, especially this youngest one, if she decided to write a letter to some man I used to date, dead or alive, that's weird.
But you give her, she has to have gotten the story from somewhere, and pop culture did not just tell Willow that your mama.
Maybe it did though, right?
No.
Because you don't think so?
I told y'all said you saw the messages between me and my daughter. Like I tell her
Right, what's
the
going
stuff.
on? Look, I pulled the letter up. Dear Tupac.
Oh my God.
Let me give you some music.
This-
great deal, mom.
Are you ready?
Oh, I don't have that. Hold on, let me do another one. Hold on.
Let me
Let's
know.
do something slow like this. Okay, go ahead.
Dear Tupac,
Why? First of all, why are you reading it like that?
I know you are alive someplace. I think that my mommy really misses you. Can you please come back? Can you come back so my mommy and me can be happy? I really wish you were here. I really do. Love, Willow.
And he want to slap Chris Rock.
Right, you better
He
go in
oughta
there
slap
slap
Willow.
Oh,
And this looks like very young age writing. Like, this
so she
might-
wrote it. It may be fake though.
No,
Where did it come from? Who put it out?
I don't know, but it's been out for years.
So yeah, more attention. We need attention. You know, we just looked at it. Courtney, you shaved your head down.
It's dope.
No,
What that got to do with anything?
Don't talk about me.
I shaved mine down to a brush cut a couple of times.
Billy?
Billy.
Did anybody ask you?
You gonna slap me?
Yes, like
Don't
that would have
slap
been a
me.
moment where I
Yeah.
could have slapped the comedian. Like, what? You know, like so. Thinking about oh wow,
Who is this in this red jacket?
I have no clue, but that's Post Malone, right?
Oh, okay.
I think. Okay, so
Mm.
Counselor Courtney Shields is celebrating with us today. So welcome in, Courtney.
Hi, Courtney.
Y'all
Hey,
got
y'all.
to, y'all got to swing and share.
Okay.
So just jump in, as you will. But yeah, that's the whole Will and Jada and Chris thing. And then the fact that so the deeper part of this thing is that when Will got back to his seat after he had, punched him and pulled his jacket together and walked back to the seat, I was like, this is
with the
so-
wind under his jacket. I was like, wow.
What is-
It
It was just so weird. So after all of that happened, he gets back to his seat, and Jada does not give him anything. No, indeed, nothing. Like it was
should have
almost-
been embarrassed. I think I would have been embarrassed.
No, she
Not
laughed
Jada.
when he
I would've
slapped
been
him
embarrassed.
and was
You
walking
would've
back.
been.
She was like,
So
That's
she
what
did
her-
that first.
yeah. No, she did that after when he walked up to him and slapped him and was walking back. She was like,
Bye, y'all.
like that was she get. See what my man did.
I need to go back and watch because the other piece that I saw was that she almost didn't do anything. It was almost like you disgust me.
Yeah,
And
somebody
you can't get anything. You don't ever know how to respond or react, and you just did it wrong again.
Which is why she should have been embarrassed because that was just in my mind that was just wrong.
she was the reason for it though. I
Right.
caused this.
like somebody posted like, oh, if you don't
How
go
we
there,
know
slap
she
him,
was
I'ma
the
cheat on
reason
you
for it though.
again.
He a grown man. He don't
He
make
was
his
talking
own-
about his wife.
Right.
Okay.
But I mean, you don't know how to laugh or crack back or pull somebody to the
Right.
side after the show over and say, look, man, I know you're a comedian, but my wife's sensitive about having quote unquote alopecia.
Man,
And
if
I
you don't
just
gone on somewhere, that would have been
But
a real
then-
tussle
All
right
my
there.
friends are saying all the peaches.
All the
I-
peaches.
Yeah. Yeah. So like thinking about just it's like alopecia, we're gonna give this whole situation a reason. We're gonna give it all a reason, and this is why I'm mad. This is what he was saying. And Chris was like, that ain't even what I was talking about. So basically you slapped me for no reason. So now it should be on site.
That's what his brother said.
it's 10 on
Tony Rock said,
10 of the rocks.
and it's on site every time we see
Yeah,
you.
and now his
Oh.
brother about that life.
and he played Tupac.
And he said he
10
ain't got a lot.
rocks.
He ain't got nothing to lose. He ain't got a lot to lose.
And Chris has gained. Did y'all see how his ticket sales went
His
up?
tickets have sold completely out everywhere.
Yeah, everybody want to see his real raw response.
And it's not that everybody hates Chris. Everybody is really supporting Chris Rock and really questioning Will Smith and Jada. Like, I'm sick of y'all. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But speaking about that, okay. Channing Crowder.
Who is that?
He's the ex-linebacker.
Oh.
Said that he thinks there's no way Sierra would leave a guy like Future for Russell Wilson and calls him elicits for money motives. Made some real bad remarks about him. So
is he tying this to the whole situation?
If Russell Wilson turned around and smacked him for those remarks, would we think about it the same way, or would we think, oh, it's the helmet and think it's okay?
Well, Russell Williams, he not gonna do that. He just not. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not in his character. And Russell Wilson would beat the hell out of Future, I believe.
No,
I do.
Okay, who? Right now we're gonna who got Future? Who got Russell Wilson? Future
I got Russell
straight out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Man, I don't care nothing about that. He might pull the stick, but he ain't fighting. He gonna pull the stick. He not fighting.
Pull up.
He not tussling. He not tussling. Russell Wilson slanging men, grown men for a living.
Okay.
That he a dog walk. Ain't that what Rose would say? He would dog walk Future.
Okay.
I mean, I just gonna say Russell Wilson probably would not respond like Will because the marriage is way more solid. So I don't have to come to your defense or aid in the way that Will did because I know what we have.
And you're not gonna put me in that space.
You're not and even if because the thing is, Will doesn't think that Jada put him in that space. He thinks Chris Rock put him in that space.
But Jada did.
But I don't know that. So here's my take on their relationship is that there are issues so much deeper than what we saw the other night. And I think that Tupac will forever be Jada's first choice. And so I think that Will is always looking for a space to be Jada's alpha male, and he's never going to be that. He's never going to be that. So these instances, these things will come up, and it's always... I mean, I think they're always going to have some kind of issue like this because who he is seeking to be for her, he does not have that. They are the perfect storm. Like people are so mad at Jada, people are mad at Will. I really just think all of their issues coming together is the perfect storm.
For who?
Both of them, for their unit.
Oh, okay. So it works for them.
So what they have, I say it works for them, but I mean, or we could say it works for them. It obviously we see how that could potentially play out. So I don't know that it is working. They're doing what they do.
And we're watching.
Deshauna Monet says that she's evil.
And Jada, right?
Yeah, Jada. I've heard some other people say that she's a succubus. Like, whoa.
Y'all leave this lady
it's
alone.
Something about
people
her.
really don't like her.
Leave this girl alone.
We just don't like her.
Why not?
And I feel like that happened when Red Table Talk came. I feel like people started to feel as though they have way more insight into her world. And obviously she gave a platform.
Just trying to see why y'all kill her. The girl like that, she did nothing but get her lick back for all the women in America. She's gotten her lick back. Men been doing what this lady been doing forever. Hers is just a little bit more outed than everybody else's. And Will said
his hips. Okay.
Hey, that's who came on right after Lil Baby got slapped.
So that's why they wanted to bring him on. We're gonna give him a redo on the Grammy. So just in case,
paid attention to his speech.
Right. No, I watched it today and still can't tell you what he said.
So he's gonna do it again today. And he actually has a very, very dope and cultural.
Who is he?
That's Questlove, the drummer.
Oh, I thought so. But
It looked like he got.
You said something about his hips. That's what you said.
Okay, so let's keep it moving. You're listening to the Abby Award-winning Vital Show right here on B94.9 WATV. The ladies are in, the vixens are here, and another thing we're doing, we're celebrating 14 years, but we had to jump straight in and talk about this particular story. We're gonna come back and talk about the 14 years. We're watching the Grammys as we do Vital. Hopefully, you can multitask as well. So that happened. Will versus Chris versus Jada. That's probably going to be going on forever. Any closing thoughts on that?
Leave them folks alone. Let them alone. Turn them loose.
They need to leave us alone.
Right. Stop
keep
being
putting us in
public.
their business. I want to hear that.
But then if you're gonna keep telling, yeah, we want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen because I'm nosy. What you said now?
I heard that Will said he's about to seek therapy, so I have
should.
openings.
Me too.
Y'all need to
try to
send him
reach
y'all
out.
information.
It don't.
He need more than one, so y'all could tag team.
Tag team.
And don't let Jada be your therapist on the red table.
Cause Jada,
This time,
yeah, Jada's not.
because she messed it up.
She's just sucking
Okay. Yeah. So if he's seeking therapy, that's a great thing. And Chris probably needs some too because he might, but maybe he's gonna play this thing out to his benefit.
So put that man on Netflix and let him tell that story.
Oh,
he pay so much money.
He's lost a lot of endorsements though.
Will
a lot of deals. I've read that he's lost had like some different movies in the works. Bad Boys 4, a couple of other movies and stuff. Sony has pulled out of production for some stuff. He's losing on this.
He's also resigning himself from the Oscar board where he can't vote on different movies and awards like nominees and stuff. He can't participate in it and all. And they were saying like the people that have been banned from that, like Harry Weinstein and Bill Cosby, and so he's joining that. So I guess before they actually took action, he's stepped in first and said, "Now I just resign."
Well, with all of that being said, guys, I did watch King Richard after.
Yeah,
and it was a wonderful movie.
It was really good.
It was really great.
I'm glad.
If you haven't seen it, you should check it out.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. Y'all got that piece to check out. King Richard, the movie with Will Smith about the lives of Venus and Serena and their dad, mostly about King Richard.
It was mostly about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's who put him on. So yeah, watch that. All right, other things that happened this week. Oh, I do want to acknowledge his comment. What's up, AV? He said, "Look how confused their children are."
They were
talking about Will and Jada's kids, which says a lot about that growing up in their household.
My children are confused.
But like to what degree?
I don't know, but they confused. I look at them every day and I'm confused that they belong to me. But we're here.
But I get the point. So the point is like when you are very much trying to figure it all out, like I would think that Will would be the more stable one. Like just kind of looking in at them. Look at Silk Sonic. Look at
I love
Anderson
them.
Paak.
Is that Lawrence Fishburne? Is that Ike Turner?
Yes, that's Anderson Paak with the wig. I guess they won an award. We can't hear. We're just watching. Yeah, they definitely won an awaward.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Ike Turner.
They have a really dope album.
No,
like I played that whole.
So.
What is wrong with you?
You got that wig? We turned around like with the fish tank.
It's a lot going on at one time. We are
Dana.
also what?
Oh my god!
You sound like his heels.
What happened?
He looks like
He thick.
he looks like the
Super
clump.
thick.
He looked like a clump. Oh my gosh, what happened to him?
Sitting on them drums. All right. Another comment here. I just want to say, besides the game, will be the best reminder of inviting Black people to be color and instrument. Okay, I'll read that one off the air, then come back and break it down. But I do see something about emotional and mental health in that comment. Thank you, Rashawn, for submitting that. I'll go back and check it out. All right, so everyone, you are listening to the Abby Award-winning Vital Show right here on B94.9 WACV. We are celebrating 14 years. So I do want to be very clear about that celebration. What? Oh, Shields was looking like kind of confused.
I'm sorry, the NCAA Women's Championship is on.
Oh, so it's a lot of different stuff happening. NCAA Women's Final Four is that tonight as well?
It is. UConn Women's versus South Carolina. Dawn Staley is the coach for UConn. I mean, for South Carolina.
Who?
She is Dawn Staley.
Okay.
Black female. She is, I think, probably the highest paid in women right now, women's basketball. But she is doing amazing things at South Carolina in a very short amount of time.
That's what's up. What's her backstory? Did she played?
Yeah, she played in the NBA.
WNBA.
Mm-hmm. And so she's been, I can't remember how many years she's been with South Carolina now. But they were showing some statistics from her tenure versus everybody else has been there. And she's been the first to, take them to any national championship, to win conference. So, yeah, they are going at it tonight with UConn.
That's awesome. What else? I know when we say Final Four or March Madness, that's over, right? Like, the dudes is it some guys playing too? Because it's April 3rd. So is that over?
So the guys will play their championship games tomorrow night.
I don't like that.
It's going to be Kansas versus North Carolina. So this is big because North Carolina was an 8th seed. And so typically you expect to see, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds come out of there and play. And this is the first year of this Black coach at North Carolina. So we are pulling for our Black coach to to pull on through. So he defeated Duke last night. Coach K, who coached Duke, is retiring. So last night was his last game.
Facts. He played ball, right?
I did.
Yeah, basketball was I never was interested at all. Like, I gotta clip my nails to do that. I'm straight. I'll do something else. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. Thank you, Counselor Courtney, for that update on what's happening in basketball. We're still watching the awards as well. I see the K-pop artist and her sitting back there, looking like she's next. I thought I was about to say Babyface. I'm not sure who that is. We're gonna go to break. It's V94.9 WATV Vital. We'll be right back. V94.9 WATV, where the V stands for Vital on Sunday nights. I am Lady Wu. The Vixens are in the building. Welcome back. So we just kind of chopped it up a little bit about the first whole half was about the slap because everybody's wanting to talk about it and had different opinions about it. But then it goes into deeper issues that we did not get into on the first half. So the second part of it is the thoughts of if they were two white actors, would it have been a different situation? I've heard that. I've heard some other comments from white comedians talking about not knowing what alopecia is and that she shouldn't have been upset and so what. And then they said that a white man should not be able to say anything about black women's hair or scalp or anything.
I think was it Bill Mayer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely was Bill Mayer. I mean, so I just really want, the deeper issues of it. Did it put black people and particularly black men in a bad light? The punch between or the slap between Will Smith and Chris Rock.
How could they be in a worse light than what they are already seen as? The perception of the black man is already there, so I don't think that they really had. I don't think it made it any better or any worse. Honestly.
I just wish he wouldn't have done that because it's like this your first time winning an Oscar. You was nominated before, but this was your night, and nobody's really focusing on that. Like it even took the attention away from Samuel L. Jackson. They got his honorary Oscar award because of the slap. Like
and I don't think anybody even know what Will won his award for.
Was it King Richard?
Yeah.
That's why Beyonce opened up the show on the whole. Nobody talked about that.
I didn't even see that, and I watched. I don't think it. Some of it didn't air live.
Okay.
So I don't think that was live. Neither was the Samuel L. Jackson. It wasn't live. So I don't know how that worked out. I don't think so. I didn't see it, and we watched it from beginning to end. My daughter showed it to us on YouTube.
Oh yeah, because she did it like in the tennis court in Compton, and she had Blue Ivy dancing in the video and everything.
And they said she jocked the style of Toby and Fat.
But I wonder if that slap prompted that article from the New York Post why more black women should consider marrying white men.
Oh
no, that came from Ketanji,
from our judge.
Yeah, it came from that because she's married to a white guy.
She is, and we talked about that a couple of weeks ago with our vice president as well, and that the higher you go, you might get you a white man, or a white man might get you, and I guess that's a decent conversation to have at this.
But But he didn't
point of
get
conversation as
her
well.
like because she is where she is now. They met in college, right?
But guess what college she went to?
Oh well, yeah.
Just like Kamala and her husband.
Right.
Okay.
Just like so you look at like who's around you, like your circle. What does your circle look like? Are the men around you intimidated by women who are climbing the ladder and breaking the ceiling? And are other men taking better care of Black women? Oop, I just asked the question.
Well, according to these numbers, according to Brookings Institute data, Black men are less likely than Black women to have completed high school and 50% less likely to have attained a 4-year college degree.
Throw that whole article in the trash.
Yet, despite the shortage of suitable Black partners, Black women have also been the least likely of any minority group to marry outside of their race, according to the Pew Research Center.
We try to keep it 100 and stay down.
But we stay down and we be down.
Oh. Stay down.
I mean,
be down.
You look at how a lot of Black men react to the quote unquote independent woman. You know, y'all too sassy, y'all too bossy, y'all want this. So it's like if you go to a higher status, like a vice president or you Supreme Court justice, like how you gonna handle that without having the attitude? How your ego is gonna handle that?
So I would like to take a moment to say thank you to the Birmingham Urban League for their honor People's Choice Award, and it puts me in this space because I can say that my friends were there, my parents were there, my man wasn't there. Where's my man? So what does that look like?
He was at work that day.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what does that look like? You know, like when we think about all of the women who are honored and, you know, really, really working and climbing the ladder, like either you don't know who their partner is or they don't have one, or like what is going on? So yeah, that's a great conversation to start having. I don't know that it has anything to do with the Will and Jada conversation, but he was protecting his Black woman according to him. Keep her name out of your mouth. So if my partner would have reacted that way, if he would have been at an award show and somebody said something about my hair, would we have left?
Would we feel different if it weren't Will and Jada? Like if it was just somebody else.
Who else? Let's
like
use another. I say let's use another example.
I mean, you could use another Black couple. I think we just so over Will and Jada that it don't matter what Will Smith.
Okay, had Barack smacked somebody for saying something about Michelle.
We were like, ooh.
Even like Denzel Washington, like you say something about my wife, like you won't see Denzel is not feeling any. If it was,
like to see that.
What if it was Samuel L. Jackson?
I don't even think he would have done it. He
like,
just would have pulled to the side and said MF for all.
Cause like, what?
I just feel like if it was
we're going all over the place.
In that situation,
we coming back at me, I promise.
I would have, if that would have been my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, me and my husband wouldn't have all that drama surrounded with us anyway. But if that was me and my husband, and I see him getting up, sit down.
Like, where you going?
Sit down.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
What you finna do?
You're not finna do that here.
Wait, I don't know though, cause my dad he would have went up there. Yeah, my dad he would have went. And you want to go? So I don't know. But
and then they were
my dad.
They were sitting a little distance apart too. So
they were.
Like I don't.
You hold on. You grab his ankles or something that the camera can't see you way down there.
All she would have had to do is raise her voice and just sternly, Will. She could have. I think she's the only one in that moment that could have prevented him from
going up
what
there.
he did.
All right. Black women stand up. Let's see. Comments. So we're a bit behind on the comments that I see on the live feed, but one of them says, no, you better get you a white man. That's part of your resume in government.
They pasted.
Oh, I don't get her talking about the pinkness. I'm sick of her.
It don't come back.
Comment says, I'll take 3 of y'all and show up for all y'all.
How much money you make?
A lot. You saw them properties. Okay.
That's AV.
I wasn't gonna say it, but it did. Okay.
I mean, I really do think that marriages are partially business relationships, and so I think it comes down to what is it? How do you feel like your partner can help you? If that is important for you, if you aspire to be the vice president of the United States and you feel like having a white man next to you is going to be what it takes to help you get there, go be great, sister. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think it for everybody, the goal is different. And I think, marriages are partially business relationships.
Oh, I might agree with it.
But why do Black women, like you said, are down? But according to this article, and we all know, Black men have no problem marrying out or dating outside of
Clarence Thomas got a white wife.
Black women marry for love. No other
yeah.
race does that. We are the only race who does that. We don't. We love them.
As long as they know. Shouts out to everybody who came to the Bruh Brunch. We love y'all. We're gonna do it again.
We love y'all.
Oh, so about the award. So yeah, the Birmingham Urban League did the People's Choice Award in the category. It was your local Lady Wu and D Reed, and we both did this short spiel on why you should vote for us. In short, I won. I won. And it was a great time. We really had a good time. It was really nice.
It was a really great time.
It was. Other women were honored. Shouts out to I hate to call names. I can only remember the two that were sitting on the side of me, so I won't call anybody's name.
I took pictures.
Okay, so go to Courtney's page and see all the
Mhm.
pictures.
I
You
took
did.
pictures.
I did see the pictures. They were very nice.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're
So
welcome.
now I gotta give me a white husband so I can go further.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw some cute ones last week. I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna get their address and stuff for you.
Yeah.
You going to jail? Is that what you going?
Because how you gonna get this information? Oh, okay.
Mind your business.
Okay. Look, okay. So yeah, phone lines are open 994-8949, 994-8949. Call. Feel free to comment on anything that you've heard so far in the show, any piece of it. If it's basketball stuff, if it's whatever it is, here we are in the first full week of April, and we are here to talk about it. So also in April, Cannabis Appreciation Month is in April. It truly is. What else did we say? What else did I tell you guys? And I'm going to talk about it again tomorrow.
Ain't no new ahead of mine.
Poetry Month.
It is.
Mhm.
It's Autism Awareness Month.
Okay. So that we'll be trying to line up some shows to give you guys information on everything that it is this month. We want you to be aware. And then moving forward to May as well. We're trying to plan ahead. So if you got some coming up, let us know. What's up, Black?
Wait a minute, Lil Nas X, you see him? Skirt.
Lil Nas
Yeah.
X is on right now. I like his fit.
I don't like that for him, for a female.
Yeah, I would like
It's
that.
just like a shower curtain.
Or like some off Ruthless.
Or like something. Yeah, Ruthless. Yeah.
The highest.
I was just, I be scrolling and reading news articles and stuff like that. I
Uh-huh.
see another article where a sucker punched high school runner is considering a lawsuit,
I seen
and
that.
they're black kids.
Okay,
So
so
it
punched
seems like we don't have self control.
He punched a white boy though, didn't?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he
okay.
punched him though.
who punched who?
That ain't what they said. It's conflicting stories there.
So
That's all I
tell
know.
the story because I
Alright.
know nothing.
High
We
school
don't
track
know.
star who was sucker punched by another athlete mid race may press charges or file a lawsuit.
Okay.
The incident occurred during the 1600-meter race in Kissimmee, Florida, where athletes who were not running in the race got in the way of the first place runner, who reportedly told the disruptor to get off the track.
Yeah.
Things escalated on the next lap when the other athlete further impeded the race, prompting a shove from the runner. The other athlete retaliated by chasing him down and delivering a sucker punch to the back of his
Back of the head.
The attorney for the punched runner told TMZ that his client suffered a concussion and was considering a lawsuit. And it's captioned "High School Track Race Fight Club."
Okay. Thank you for that story. We'll come back to that right now. If you're watching or if you're
What
not
is
watching,
that?
we are watching live Lil Nas X's performance on the Grammys.
He
He
always
finna get on my
holding himself.
nerves.
I didn't know he did that.
He does things for
always do that.
attention.
Oh,
Like, actually, I heard a story saying that like he got on from trolling and
He is-
acting like
he's a
that.
troller. But look at
Ugh.
where he is now.
so we're gonna have to share some of this footage. If you're not watching, if you are watching and listening at the same time, like we are, yeah. What are your thoughts on the performance? I see people standing. They have seats, but they're standing for his performance. They're really into it. And one thing I can say about Lil Nas X is that he is an advocate for those people who can relate to his lifestyle and his openness and his boldness. So he's going to always have supporters. There are people who can relate to him.
He always look like he in a tight, like he gotta go to the bathroom real bad.
I like that jacket.
Michael Jackson vibe.
It's definitely giving me Janet Jackson.
But he's
vibes.
definitely grabbing himself. So I do see that. Maybe that's a nervous thing.
Yup.
I don't know. I don't know. Black, what else you got going on over on that side as far as news stories?
I just watched that little boy punch him. He punched him to the ground. It wasn't like that slap that Will Smith did.
He did.
He knocked him
And
down.
the guy said, and it may have read that way in the article. The guy who got punched, he said he was holding his hands out to prevent him from running into the guy that punched him.
Was he on the track?
He was on the track and the guy was running.
So why are you on the track if you're not in the race?
So get out the way.
Right.
And
so,
you should understand that as a fellow runner.
right.
Move.
Because I'm just thinking about like in the middle of it during
You're-
the race.
you're a runner.
Right. And a real runner. Okay.
Okay. You almost smoked somebody barefoot, but we won't talk
Okay,
about that.
stop, Shade. Okay, so when you're running, you are not thinking about anything but your race. You're not you. Some people look to the left and right. I never did that because I
You were
can't. I
focused.
cannot be concerned about you. I got to go. I got to get here. So if I see somebody in front of me, it's going to distract me for sure, and you may make me lose my race.
So I'm gonna push you
I'm
out
gonna
the way,
fight
right?
you. Like, why are you? Why don't the what was he doing on the track?
I don't really know. It didn't really say what he was doing on the track, but he was definitely there.
So almost like
What are
being
you
on
doing?
trolling.
Like
I
it's
guess
almost
trying
like
to
being
distract him.
in the end zone at a football game, doing jumping jacks. Why are you here? Do that on the sideline. So he
First
got
of all,
punched.
it's Florida.
Okay.
First of all,
so that's worse than Alabama.
you know how them Florida folks say.
Let's talk about that.
Weird things always happen in Florida.
I can't wait to go. Okay, so look, let's talk about the spring breakers in Florida from
That was
Alabama.
awful.
That was happening. Oh, that was happening while we were on the air as well. And they say that they confiscated tons of guns. So I'm like, so was it some type of TikTok challenge or something that we missed?
No, I think that's just how they roll. That's
But
how they
actually,
travel.
There was a flyer posted like that the governor had
Uh-huh.
put, like it was tweeted out or something. Basically, I guess having a raid sort of. And they were out in large groups wrecking stores and knocking stuff over and just acting real crazy, doing stuff that I never would have thought about doing as a
Right.
teen.
Like why do I want to go and be destructive? So that speaks to my mental health as well. Like I'm gonna drive 4 hours where I'm supposed to be going to enjoy myself and like really kick it with my folks. You know, this is where you sneak and drink, sneak and smoke, sneak and have
Right.
sex. And
Mama, I don't know what they talking about. I don't.
Mama, I didn't do none of it.
I didn't do it either, but that's kind of the idea of spring break when you can. First of all, we talked about this last week. We did talk about this piece of it. We didn't leave home and go out of town with just our friends for spring break. I went to a Birmingham City school, and my parents were like parents that like spring break. Okay, you go to your grandma's house. It wasn't like you go. I don't. Did y'all go on
I don't
spring
remember
break
going to
trips?
Panama City Beach till I got grown.
Right.
And I ain't really gonna know it till I got grown. So I mean, that's just the reality of it. I don't know what these parents is doing. And I actually had a friend of mine. She lives in Pensacola. Her son begged her. I mean, begged her to go to Panama. He's only 16, and he would have been going with cousins who were much older than him. 19, 20, 21. She said, absolutely not.
It's
He
so
didn't
different
understand
now.
it. But thank God she said no.
He didn't understand it.
He did. He
Does
was
he now?
mad. No, not really.
Okay, he needs a whipping. Spare the rod, spoil the child.
161 people were booked into the county jail that weekend.
They should have been.
How many
said-
from Alabama?
They didn't say, but there was somebody from Alabama that was shot at Panama City Beach in the foot. He also noted that 78 of those arrested were from Alabama.
Okay.
78 of the 161 were from Alabama. Dang, that's bad.
78 of the how many?
161.
Is that a lot? Because
That's too many.
they tried to make
That's-
it seem like
that's
it was an
half.
Alabama invasion. Get in the mic.
I was just saying it's right under here. Half of
Okay,
it,
so
it's
the
over
rest of
80.
the people could have been from Florida, could have been from.
But that's a whole. If you think about it, that's a whole lot of people to be from one state.
Oh, absolutely.
It is.
So it really is. So
With
it really is a
75
bad look on
firearms.
us on
Yeah.
Alabama.
Man, we always known for some stupid stuff, so I'm not surprised.
Why did they go? If 994-8949, 994-8949. If you're a parent and you allowed your child to go to Panama City Beach, Florida, and it's a lot of people that listen. That
Good,
would
they
never
not calling
call.
in here.
They would never
ain't.
call. But we would love. I just want to give you the invitation to call because it would help me to better understand what is so dear? What has?
I don't know. It makes me think about the post. Didn't you repost the gentleman who posted his son? His son was standing up like smoking. Looks like he was smoking a blunt, and had a gun in his pocket, a gun in his hand. And the father posted this, and it was like basically like, this is a picture of my son.
I shared that.
Mm-hmm. He was like, basically heartbroken to see his son doing this behind his back, and that just talking about how he tries to raise his son to be, God fearing, and just trying to show him how to live a life that's more right than what he was presenting.
I model for you.
So so it begs the question of why our kids feel like you gotta,
because we live in a social media driven world. Not only is it social media, and I'm not a real big advocate for it's the music that they listen to. I've never really believed that, but I do know that this music can kind of make them feel like they're living in a world of like thug life. Like, they don't really, and because we do live in like a social media driven world, these kids don't know what reality actually looks like. So we living in social media, and our idols are like bang bang shoot 'em up rappers who really not about their life, but because you don't know what reality looks like, you can't separate.
Does reality not look like your mama going to work and your house needing to be painted and your grandma being sick?
Reality looks like,
help me understand that,
what's posted on social media. So I don't remember who it might have been. Pastor Beavers on the Chris Coleman show, and he said something.
Listener, right?
Yeah, I'm an avid listener. I listen every day.
Yes.
He said something like, people only post what they post to be.
Yeah.
They don't actually post the reality of what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So when your kids live on their phone or live on their iPad, they don't have a sense of anything outside of what they're actually looking at all day. I don't care what your mama do.
They need a whipping too.
Yeah, they do need a whipping. I mean, they need a Will Smith slap.
So seriously, like
why don't they fear the police?
And then you have to think about who their parents are. All parents aren't the parents of the post that you shared the other day. Some of these parents is Thundercats who
stand in pictures with their middle fingers up in West Side and East Side and all that.
I might throw the West Side, but my child cannot throw
gang signs
behind me.
Right. I got a homeboy. I love my homeboy to death. Love him to death. But we was talking the other day, and he told me he smoked a blunt with his daughter. I was flabbergasted. You did what, sir? You did what, sir?
Is the daughter an adult, or does it ever matter?
To me, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
My mama ate cigarettes in her 30s because she didn't want my granddaddy to know she was a smoker. She'd been smoking since she was 14. It's just things that you do out of just like a general respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm grown children, and I try my best not to cuss in front of my mama. It's just a respect thing. That's just what it is. Yeah. I ain't gonna say I do, but
now when I do have cussing from my mama, she be laughing at me.
My mama be like, "You what? You said what?"
And I guess
sorry.
I guess it depends on the type of relationship that y'all have had.
Right.
Me and my mom's relationship has gotten better as I've gotten to be an adult. So I guess because I'm expressing myself and I'm letting her in my business more and actually talking to her, she's like, "Oh, you really mean that?" Because sometimes she'll cuss. I'll be like, "Mom," she's like, "I meant that."
I normally don't do this in front of you, but Sam, what's up?
I don't know if y'all watched the little African reality show, Young African Famous.
I've been hearing about it.
The one that's like the biggest star of it. Her daughter is 15 years old, and she has her own apartment, and she got offended because one of the other stars was like, "Well, she's 15." Yeah, Annie, and the guy Aduli. Oh, he's so fast. Anyway, they was like, she's 15. She does not need to be living in an apartment by herself. And she made the statement of, I'm the mother of a 15-year-old that I wanted to be when I was 15 years old.
Oh, you retarded.
So and she was like, well, she's gonna be of the world, not in the world. Some kind of statement she made.
She's gonna be somebody's baby mama.
She also said something about you can lose your virginity or you can give your virginity away.
Yeah, she said her daughter wanted to have sex at 15 years old. She was okay with that.
Ooh.
And they were like, wow. And so she got real offended, and she tried to come at the other lady that was like, oh, well, you're here and your children are here with you in a different country. You're a bad mother. You got your daughter staying in a whole apartment 15, and she asked the daughter, am I a bad mother for letting you stay? And she was like, no, it's just different. But you could tell the little girl was kind of like
you're
feel some
not.
kind of way about it.
Okay,
She
so
wanna hurt
the
her
child
feelings.
has enough sense to know that like this.
This is
different.
retarded.
Right. 'Cause
My mama's retarded.
She was looking at her like, Mom, it's different. Like,
She's
And
like,
I
you,
kinda-
you raise your child the way you want them to be raised.
And
That's
this is
your
the child
choice.
talking.
yeah.
But then you had to watch further where it was something she said. She's like, I'm not a kangaroo. I don't walk around with my child with me. Like, but you a
So who
mama.
cooks for you? And then I'm sure the child was kind of saying that from a place of I need my mother. I'm a 15-year-old girl.
by myself.
I don't know how to fry pork chops
And
or
she got a real
fufu,
nice
whatever
apartment.
they eat.
Really nice.
Now you know what? How
Really
you know that's
furnished.
what they eat?
Fufu.
They might
at
eat
the-
something else. They might eat something else.
Goat.
I mean,
they eat goat and race.
you watch it, right?
I do.
And so
I
she-
watched the whole season
she
in one
cook?
night. She did not cook.
See,
She a 15-year-old little girl. Her mama ain't raised her. Now they haven't said how long she's lived alone, but
she's probably scared.
She might have an
fully
air fryer.
furnished.
But you got your boyfriend living in that apartment with you.
Wait a
though.
minute.
girl,
Go
the
back.
15
They
year
didn't know
Rewind.
the mama.
The
Oh,
mama
okay.
do.
Yeah.
And like the people on the other cast members were saying, like, she probably has her child living by herself, so she don't see all the men coming in and out of her mama's house. Because they kind of, I guess vaguely mentioned that like she kind of have different men in
Well, she
and out
said
all
she
the
was
time.
labeled a gold digger or
Yeah.
whatever. But
So tell me, it's the show filmed in Africa?
Johannesburg.
Yep.
Okay, okay.
They're all African. It's like an African. It's just an
Reality
African
show.
reality show.
So it shows you that some of the same things, and
Mhm.
like life is life everywhere.
it is.
But I guess what does it say to the issues that we're discussing? I see this comment from AV, and I can't break it down on air, so I'm just gonna keep it posted. But how does that speak to, the way I guess the hate, the self-hate, because that's what will make us, think that we should automatically shoot our brother or our sister. If we consider each other's brothers and sisters, it wouldn't be my first thought to pull a gun on you. I mean, I'm not, it wouldn't be my first thought. It wouldn't be my first thought to ride up by your house and run
Well, I know
over
some
you or
brothers and
back over
sisters
you.
that done pulled guns. on
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah, I do
So,
too.
so,
But like,
That's
so what?
dysfunction.
Right?
I mean,
What is
yeah, at its
that?
best.
So like, does this show in a whole around the world? What does it show in relation to like issues and concerns that we have here?
In relation to
She is so nervous.
she is
Still watching the
she's
Grammys, guys.
shaking.
She not. I think she ain't a
Oh, she
superstar.
might
She
have
somebody
something.
else.
Oh, we sorry.
She got
What?
Tourette, don't
She
it?
said she might
Follow
have.
her.
She's
might-
nervous. Y'all gotta remember, Will
Not
Smith just
nervous,
got slapped. I mean,
but
Chris
the way
Rock just got slapped on the show.
Girl,
I'm nervous.
hush.
She nervous. Okay, carry on.
But in relation to like just comparison to reality shows that are filmed here and
Yeah.
reality shows that are filmed there, it's no different. You still got dudes trying to holler at the other girl behind the other homeboy back. You still got like trying to live the lavish lifestyle. You still got people renewing their vows. You got friends that don't like the other friend husband. Or,
So
you
it's
know,
love and hip hop.
yeah,
Africa.
It
Pretty much.
is
Okay.
pretty much.
You got your Nene Leaks on there. You got your those main characters. Somebody got to be the messy villain. Somebody got to be the beautiful girl with the money.
You
like
got your Stevie J with them several baby mamas and
Right.
be inviting them all to the same parties together. That was really crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's a good show.
He
Though.
said African Muslims are totally different from Christian Africans. Those are Christian Africans. Thank you.
I don't know if they're Christian or not because they did not go to church while they was filming this show.
And they were religious.
They was just turning up, having parties, having gatherings, going to different events.
So I think that's what AB means. Like those are Christian Africans. Those aren't like
Right,
African.
Muslim, probably the level of discipline. So I kind of want to speak to the level of discipline. Like, there are some things that I think all of us may do with our children or say around our children that other people may not do or see as a normal situation for children. I heard somebody once say, I don't have a bar in my house because I don't want my children to see me.
They're gonna be
Drink.
drunks. That's what they're gonna be. They're gonna be.
So why
drunks.
hide your life from your children? I feel like okay.
Well, that was just one example. I want to give another one before you
Okay.
say that, because then this may help you even better improve that point. I don't date or I don't introduce my children to who I date because
I feel that. I feel
Okay. I don't introduce my children to who I date, and then I don't have a bar in my house because I don't want them to
That's
see
crazy.
me drink or have alcohol. And it's something else that I've heard. Even with us, like your children calling your friends Miss Candace, Miss Courtney, Miss Courtney. and your children are like your children who are around your friends, like different things like that, where some families may say, no, like that's auntie so-and-so, that's auntie, that's auntie, that's auntie.
And I think that's strange.
Like what?
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah,
it's
super weird.
They don't even like you. Okay, so go ahead.
Like, I don't feel okay. With dating, that might be a little different. You don't need to expose your kids to every man that you date. But if they're your friends, introduce your kids to your friends.
Right.
Not exposing them to actual life is sheltering them. And once they get out there, they're going to try everything. They're not going to know how to control themselves. They're not going to know how to be in front of temptation and peer pressure and know how to handle it accordingly, because you've never exposed them to this. They don't know what this looks like. So, well, let me try it. Let me do this.
I don't know, Candace. I mean, I get what you're saying in a way. So exposure and communication are two totally different things, right? My mother was a smoker. I mean, an avid smoker. And to this day, she still kind of hides it. My whole childhood, she hid it. And my brothers and sisters are avid smokers, right? And I don't think it's because they saw my mama do it. It was just what they wanted to do in the world or whatever. But we weren't blind to it. So whatever you choose to do is what you choose to do. So I think that you have to educate your children on things, but you don't necessarily have to. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to expose them to what you do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I guess expose might not have been the best word for that.
Okay, so we're on the same page. Okay,
right, don't just hide everything from them.
Oh yeah, no, you can't.
Life is not Disney. It's not.
I don't know. I read an article on Disney today. Y'all seen it?
Girl.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Let's talk about that too, because we're back where we've been for the past couple of weeks when it comes to the younger generations and us rearing our children. Like, who are the parents now? We are the parents of teenagers, right? So these are conversations that are valid for us to have because we're in it, but then we're not too far removed from it. Like, my parents didn't have a bar in the house because they whatever reason they ain't have one. I got one. It's fully stocked.
Yeah.
Do I trust my daughter to not bother it? Absolutely. Why? Because we talk about it and you know it ain't yours. You know that you're not old enough. Why is that even of concern to you? Then any other piece of life that I'm living as an adult and what that models for my child, it still comes with communication. Mm-hmm. I am grown. I'm an adult. So my daughter has this thing that she says whenever she wants to express herself in a way that may not be childlike, don't whoop me. And then she'll go on, so she'll say it first or do it first and then be like, don't whoop me. But you would have to know my daughter to know that she knows very well what to say, what to do, how to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know anything other than that's what I know when it comes to raising children, rearing children, bringing children up, is that you have to live in you're modeling every day. We're modeling behaviors for our children. I'm not going to model some false perception of who I am as your mom. No, you're going to know me so that you can know me. I don't need you to know this. Well, my mommy was this. No, the hell she was not.
Right.
Who you talking about? I can tell you about my mama. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's how I try to be with my kids, especially my son, because he's 16. Like, I don't want you to think I'm some perfect person because I'm your parent, of course, because I'm grown. Like, I make mistakes. And I'm not going to hide the fact that I make mistakes. I'm not going to try to hide anything from you, but I'm going to do it in a respectful way based on your age. Yeah. So, like, I want you to feel comfortable if something comes up that you can come and talk to me. Don't be scared because my mama think I'm just so square. Or my mama go, fuss at me or punish me. No, I want you to come talk. We can have a real conversation.
I go lay in my daughter's bed. I go, stand in the bathroom, whatever. Like, we just, this how we vibe. And I couldn't see it any other way. Like, I don't know if it has a lot to do with your child's personality. How maybe so. Like, if she were another type of child, would I be different? I wouldn't be different, but I would tailor my communication to that child's personality. I can say that. That's all I would do different.
And then when you're really in your child's life and not trying to just live your own, like a lot of parents do, like, I'm living my life now, you got to raise yourself. When you know how your child is, you know how to communicate with your child. You know things to do and not to say. You know what's kind of impressions you're gonna leave on them, so you don't really have to be worried about, like, I got a bar set up at the house, I drink. My son will say, I ain't drinking none of that. You ain't got to worry about. I ain't got to worry about him drinking that when I'm going to work at night.
Like I see my baby drinking orange juice out of a wine glass just because she like the way the wine glass look, and I be weak. Like, bro, what is you doing?
I'm drinking a mimosa.
Right. Like,
no, you're not.
Now I will say that when you brought that up because my 5-year-old would do that. She was, I want wine glass. I want to look sexy, and I'm like, where you get that from? So I guess but my other children they like, but that one. I'm gonna have to watch her because she may be out there. So I'm gonna have to do a different way of communication.
So let's go to a break. We'll be right back in just a few. Right here on B94.9 WATV. You're listening to Vital. It's the final hour coming up now.
some other memories I can think about is when we had then Birmingham School Board President Randall Woodfin come on the air for an interview. And then next thing you know, Wu is getting a text message from then Mayor William Bell that he was outside.
I was like, whoa.
It's like, I don't have that on the schedule.
And then I'm like, well, did I like cross the schedule up and say, ooh?
No, I think he just showed up. I think he just.
He said it was on the calendar.
Who just showed up?
I think William Bell just showed up. I don't think he was on the schedule.
Right.
Yeah,
I do remember when William Bell and Patrick.
Patrick Cooper
was in the studio, and I told him that if you ain't ever been a mayor or been in that position before, I don't want you in the And I told him it's like asking somebody who work at McDonald's do heart surgery on me. You ain't never did heart surgery before.
And see, that's so
we used to say some really
it was really stuff. That was the youthfulness. Like, sir, ma'am, I don't care.
I don't know you. You ain't from here. Get out. You cannot be my man.
So how they been on the radio 14? That's why, because we kept 100. And somebody else that would help with that, Steven Johnson would help with that a lot. Goodness. Are you gonna remember that you said that when you need some support? Oh my goodness, the things that were said. Thank you, AV. I have to operate that from this side and I forget sometimes. Thank you much. So, other interesting shows or topics or exclusives that you remember?
When you had Clint Cordell on, remember that? That was a good one for the city.
Yeah. So, yeah, for real.
He did numbers.
Big.
That was the night it was just like 2 or 3 of y'all in the room.
He made us get out.
Next door.
Yeah, because y'all were acting.
And we were looking like some kids looking at our mama like. We want to come play.
Yeah, we were at the old studio, the other station. Y'all was looking through the other glass.
It was
like, dang right.
You and Kenny, maybe?
Me, Kenny, and was it Blue in there?
I thought Blue was over there with y'all.
Me too.
Are you sure?
I know it.
It just came up in one of my memories. Not that
So
long
you saw
ago.
it?
Yeah, I saw the back of my head. I was sitting next to.
I thought Blue was sitting next to me, but we were sitting next
It
to
was
each other.
me, you, Marlicia,
Okay.
and I don't remember who, but it was Blue, Said, and Kenny in the studio.
So, for those of you who are just kind of following along and trying to remember these particular shows, Birmingham likes mess and drama. And we always want to take the vital approach to conversation. So I'm like, well, yeah, we're going to bring them on because that's the homie. Like, people should be able to tell their own story and not from a way of where they come on the radio and get attacked or, we further insult you. Like, why would I insult you if you've been insulted by social media all week? We want to know more. So we would do these cliffhanger shows where I thought you was going to say this. So you should have said, no, I said what I needed to say. Now you keep listening. You keep tuning in so that way you can see who gets the interviews that make sense. Okay. Thank you. All right. So that was one of those shows. I'm trying to think of another show that was like that, where it was like, oh my goodness, really? I'm thinking.
I think a lot of shows with Eric back in the day.
Yeah.
Oolong?
I don't know. I didn't know his last name now.
That wasn't his last name. That's what he called himself.
Oh.
Is that who you're talking
He used
about?
to get on my nerves so bad.
No, the one in black used to always
That
get
is-
into
that's
it.
Eric.
Yeah, that's what I said, Eric. Yeah.
Eric
on my face,
Oolong.
right? Ugh.
Yeah.
That's still the homie too. Like, okay, so Eric, older castmate, he's one of the older
Right.
guys.
And we were young.
Yeah, had a
Yeah.
different way of thinking.
Yeah.
And he was also one of those people that would say the off the wall just
He would say it for
What?
a reason. Yeah, it was
He would
definitely.
say it to make me try to Will Smith smack him, and like I don't.
Yeah,
it made
was
for good
one-
radio.
Yeah, it did. It was one time I had to tell Candace to go back on her side of
You did.
the studio
And
because
I appreciate you.
It was something he was saying about single moms, and that was
It
always
triggered me.
that was always the triggering issue. When he started talking about single moms, that's when all y'all was just
And I really lacked self-control then. Like it was bad.
yeah.
14 years, we matured. DMR is always a favorite. Everybody can talk about dating, mating, and relating in some way. But was there any particular? Has there been? I think you're rather new. You're newer, but you've been around now. How long? Or do you know?
It's almost been about a year.
That's it.
Yeah, but I don't remember the person's name. I remember she wrote a book, and she was talking about being cheated on or something like that. And I remember everybody in the studio was like,
"So really?"
Like, wow, really? Scent came right after the first brunch. Remember the first brunch she did? She came right after that.
Look at you. Okay. Did you not? Okay.
While we're speaking on memories, I saw some pictures in there and it made me think, rest in peace, Stud.
Absolutely. You about to cry?
Yes, child.
Oh.
Because I remember I was at work and
it was somebody
Sir Said called me and was like, Stud passed away. I was like, Stud who? I just could not believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was not believing that.
Definitely the heartbreak of the show. And something that'll probably come up every time that we do this show or we do a reunion show throughout the month of April. Like if everybody comes every Sunday, we're gonna hear that every Sunday when I ask them like, what show sticks out to you or what guest or whatever, what about Vital sticks out to you? I'm sure that's gonna come up a lot. He was the
big brother.
Yeah, he was.
I still remember it. I was down in New Orleans for a conference, and I remember I checked. I went back to I think I tried to go to one session. I went back to my room, and I was done for the day. I was like, okay, yeah, I don't feel like adulting and doing anything today. And that was right after Memorial Day weekend. Mm-hmm. But the comforting thing was that Stud had kind of prepared us already.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember when we were at the station. And he just said before we went on air, and he explained to us what was going on and what was happening, and this, that, and the third. And then we was like, okay, we know. So it's always around this time of the month, particularly like I said, when we start getting in May and whatnot, it always comes on my mind that was around the time.
Yeah.
But when we were talking about DMR, one of the things when she started talking about a book, she didn't write a book, but Tremelia with her list, the infamous list.
The list. So on this list, we were talking about the characteristics and traits that you want in a partner. And I remember the main one I remember from her was that they had to be degreed up. I wonder if that has changed.
I wasn't on the show, but I remember.
We should have asked her last weekend.
Yeah, so she was a part of the brunch. She was one of the vendors. She was right behind you.
And I was talking to her. She was talking to me. And I was like,
what did she say?
Tremelia?
Candles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was selling the candles. I was like, Tremelia. She's like, black.
Yes.
Like we had a whole conversation, didn't even know who each other were.
So she had this list.
And that list made me mad too. I was mad at her.
Yeah, it was like, girl. It was a shallow list.
It was.
But those were her. That was her list. Like,
now, okay, so now that the list is she married? Is she
No.
Okay. Right. Well, we need a new list. You should bring her back.
We'll put the invitation out.
The list changed.
Let's do it.
What you do that for?
Yeah, get her.
Let's do it. I
want to see how the list panned out for her. She wrote it. It's public knowledge.
Yeah, for sure. And it was shared on the air.
On national TV.
So I want to know if your list changed.
It's probably somewhere. Were we going live back then? Was that a thing?
MySpace was I think MySpace might have been around. I don't think Facebook was really. It was. We weren't going live then. I don't remember doing that.
That wasn't an option.
Yeah.
Oh. So when we did start going live, we were at Natural Elements Beauty Salon that was on 3rd Avenue West. And I would have these setups. And I can picture one right now where I had on a doctor's coat. I had on a white doctor's coat. We were talking about Black men's health. And Jay Roberson was in there. Said was there. I want to say all the guys were in there. Stud was in there. KJ was there. Who else? It was some other guys that weren't on the show. You see those pictures?
I did not see those pictures in there.
KJ, Kenny, Roberson, me, Stud. Was Marco there?
Washington Booker rest in peace to him as
Yeah.
well. A civil rights activist
Right.
and foot soldier joined us on that.
Yeah,
So
we,
you
like,
can find that
did-
on YouTube.
Did we do like 2 episodes? Like we recorded 2 episodes.
We did a
that
couple
day?
episodes.
Yeah.
So like that's a big show. I'm gonna find that and share it. But
I
we
think
did
I have
that.
one of those pictures at home.
I think one of those videos we got in the shared folder. I need to look. I know I've seen that video because
Yeah,
I
it was
remember it's
different.
like, wow, yeah,
Like this is like trying,
right.
try-
We
were
were definitely
ahead of our
trying.
time.
Yeah, we
like
were definitely trying.
live show
We did a live show at the Heat. What's it called? Heat
Club
then?
Heat,
Club Heat.
with the men versus women.
We did a lot of those.
We had on pink shirts. The
Yeah.
guys had on blue shirts. I think that's the first night I met you. Said
Yeah.
No, I was a part of that then.
I met you at Heat.
No,
You
you
remember
met.
that?
I met you at Mew.
Oh, okay, but it was at Heat
Monday
because
yeah.
Jeremy was with you and somebody else was with you as well.
Jeremy who?
Norman.
My cousin was with me then.
Yes, it was the two of you and somebody else.
No, it was my other cousin,
Who was it?
Isaiah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
It was him and Emmanuel. Yeah,
Sure was.
came down
I don't
there,
think I was really real familiar with Sid at that time. though.
Cause I was still new. So I really didn't like meet everybody until that open call with when you did the auditions at your house that time. It was
I remember that.
because
What?
because who came in? It was me, Bobby Sharp,
Bobby Ray
Stud,
Barbara Ray.
Stud, Marco, and I forget who may have been a couple of other people
It
that
was some
came
other
in around that
people,
time.
and
Yeah,
It was another local rapper. I forgot his name, but I see him.
That's what I'm
pretty
thinking.
often.
Like, damn.
You
yeah,
were so
Man,
open. You
huh,
open your house
for
up.
real.
Yeah, come on.
yeah. And remember, because we used to go to the woods afterwards on Wednesdays when we used to meet
Yes,
up.
we did.
Because you were hosting. Yeah, yeah. We were man.
Oh my god.
14 years of conversation here. 14 years. Can you all kind of fill us in? We are trying to fill you in. AV. Remember when
Memories.
AV came to the show?
Yeah, that was
Talking
interesting.
about something, fill him in because he trying to catch up. So we've been on the radio for 14 years. When you watch a show or when you listen to a show, a lot of these things you should be able to remember if you've been watching and listening the way that you're supposed to. Yeah, because for a long time, this was the only show of its kind.
Right. And what I can say about this show, I think, particularly around that time when it was really going hot. Now that it's hotter now, but when we were just really getting going, it was still a platform. It was the only platform for people to be heard in Birmingham. Like it wasn't. You didn't have to be a name, quote unquote, to get on the show. It's not like, oh, well, if you're not a politician or if you're not connected to this person, it's like if you asked to come on the show, we would give you time.
Right.
Now, if you came on the show and you embarrass yourself, that's on you.
That's on you.
But we gave everybody a fair shake and shot.
And I took so much pride in being a part of that Abby Award winning, been Abby Award winning. Been Abby
Found the
Award
applause.
winning. Like,
Somebody said that the brunch the other week was like, oh, that put them on a different level. What? No, that was
we've been on that level.
that was just
Been
one of
there.
many events. Where have you been? I was like, no, that was just a good event. That was really a great event.
Where you been? You a lame.
on the inside.
Stop, Courtney. Like, that's really, really, really a great. I really appreciate that. But no, this is not new. So
I know it is true to
yeah, as I said, the vision for Vital. So when I go back to how it all started, I was a senior, the official. Like I've always hosted a talk show at home. Okay, just to get this drumstick and act like you on radio or whatever on TV. But when it became real, it was my senior project at Miles College, and I submitted it. And
you, Lala.
if you get it right,
You, Lala, I forgot her tall. Shamaya and the other
Barry.
tall one.
Barry and Keoka. So it started as a
Yeah.
senior project. It was my senior project. And I envisioned Howard Stern meets Oprah. So like radio TV mix, like the live idea, addressing current events and then having different people's opinions, like different people with personality to come in and fill in the gaps in communication about whatever it is, however they saw that particular situation. That was the design for the show. When it was presented as my senior project, it was called B. Just simply B. B-E, period. Like whatever it is you need to be something, be somebody, be whatever. So B, I was working the board for Sarandis Jackson. Like what I do on this side now, I would just be doing this but not talking. I was just running the board, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. Okay, and then I ran it for another show. Oh no, I ran it for another show. Then for Surrenders, I don't like his afro.
I don't like it either.
Okay,
It
so
look like Florida
then
Evans afro. You need to oil it. grease
Surrenders got an email. She got hold of an email at the old station that really rubbed her the wrong way, and she quit on the air. Okay, when she quit, I went and found my senior project, and the next day I took it to the program director and to the assistant program director and said, "Hey, I got a show that can fill this spot," and it was like, okay, like I know, I know this side. I do this every week. And I talk because I'm in here with homie during the week. I was doing traffic or something. Show started, and the show has gone since then. 14 years since then. Only time I took off was COVID. I think like that's the only time we haven't been on air. Time changes from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m.
We were on the air COVID. What you
Oh,
talking
we were
about?
on the air during COVID.
If it wasn't nobody else, it was me, you, and Blue, or me and you. Yeah, we were on air COVID. We didn't take off.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Even when you had COVID, you were still
We
on the
did
air
do the show
from the home. Yeah, that's how the virtual studio and all that.
Wow.
Stuff.
So for those of you who get an opportunity to watch now, it is thanks to COVID. So like the way that the world has changed from then to now, you had the baby on the show in the virtual studio. You had the baby on. I mean, like, wow.
I was in Savannah.
Life has changed, right?
I done had a whole baby too. We some baby having crew.
No, nah. No, nah. But just looking at how life has transpired for those who have been a part of something for 14 whole years is just amazing. If I started naming people, just throwing out names, who's been on the show? Just start saying names. Who have you seen on the show?
Like as part of like the crew?
Just people, period. Anybody that's been on the show.
I met James Fortune Fire. Remember when
James Fortune?
Yeah.
Wow.
You smiling so hard.
Remember we had Umar Johnson on the radio on the show before he became, like known for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very interesting. And he was in the car going somewhere while he was trying to talk to us.
It was something.
Yeah,
and somebody in the background or something. But yeah,
GPS
Umar Johnson.
Yeah, we had Umar Johnson.
All of your mayors from Mayor Larry Langford. Have I had Dr. Arrington? No, Dr. Arrington. So that's odd that we haven't, but he will be on before 15 years very soon. We need to be working on it now. Who else? All of your city council. Well, not all of your city council. So one thing.
LaShonda Scales.
Let me tell y'all something though while I'm thinking about it. One thing that's so crazy. Everybody knows about the platform, and especially during the season when they want to defend themselves or want to speak out on something, we'll hear from them. We don't have to reach out. Crazy thing is, I'm trying to think about the only Caucasian counselor that we've had on the show is Daryl O'Quinn. Like in 15 years.
To kind of switch gears, because I know that that's important too. But remember, we had the guy who was running for governor from Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, Walt Maddox came, and brought a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he came. Sure did.
Doug Jones.
Y'all got to talk in the mic.
Yeah, we had Doug Jones on virtual studio. He may have. Has he come in person too? I feel like he's been on the show before that.
I don't think so. I think, but definitely a big virtual show. All of your police chiefs. Just think about everyday people that have been on talking about their events and their issues and their initiatives. Everybody a lot of people.
Yeah, JJ Pruitt has been on here talking about his foundation.
I remember like you kind of had to like tell the mayors, hey, this not the people running for mayor. This not your week. We got this person come on this week. You got to schedule for next week. You got to come to next week. Like it became a competition. Like, oh, they did vital or they did want to be heard. We gonna do it too.
Right.
When you gonna let me?
I got in trouble for that. Actually,
right. That's what I was about to say. That opened the door to we can do interviews no more. Like during the season. But it opened the door for us to do sit down interviews.
Absolutely.
So we did that sit down interview, and that was really on the fly with Woodfin because he was the first one, and we had to found out like a few hours before, and it's like, okay, so where are we gonna go? How are we gonna do this? So we were able to pivot and do that sit down interview, and had to do the same thing for William Bell. So that was interesting.
So if you're just tuning in, just listening, just watching, we are just going through the 14 years of our time on Birmingham radio, in your homes, in your schools, at your churches, in your organizations. We have been a part of it, and we are just so grateful to still be here in Birmingham on Birmingham radio.
Bishop Calvin Woods.
Yes. Yep.
He was on the first show. Was he on the first or second show? We came back over here.
I don't know, but he was beating Blue up that night.
He was.
Tearing that up. First show as well with James Fortune. Yeah, PMJ and the mayor. So that was our first show here at this station. I see people watching. So like if you've been a part of the show, hey, I was there. I've been on and I can't really see on this side. I don't see who you are, so I don't know. But I'm just thinking about different topics and different events that we've been a part of.
I mean, we just about have talked about everything. If it's something that's popped up in pop culture or something that's been widely talked about, we eventually talk about it here, but we always talk about it from a different perspective. Right, exactly. That was really the whole. I'm not gonna say. Well, it was a drawback just being on for an hour because we could never really unpack everything how we needed to and go as deep as we possibly wanted to. So it's always been. I mean, we've talked about everything. Anything that's happened in this city, we've talked about it. Whether it be youth violence, whether it be talking about the elections, whether it be talking about
scandal.
You said what?
Scandal.
Yeah.
All that.
So that work continues, like nothing, it doesn't stop as long as news happens, as long as life happens, as long as articles roll out, as long as scandal continues. We'll talk about it, even our own scandals. Can't wait.
Right.
Can't wait to share those with you.
Medicine.
We're going to address those. A lot of authors who've written books, of people who have. What?
We need to bring her back to see what happened. The girl who wrote the book, she went viral on TikTok. Because she did a prayer, but she used Boosie's song. Y'all don't remember that girl?
Lori, Dr. Jasper.
Yeah.
She's doing really well. And y'all know she got married
book.
Since then.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it was since she came on the show, but she's done a second book.
Did she?
She did.
So that's why I said we need to bring her back. She was good.
She's thriving. She's doing well. So things are really good.
I wasn't on the show. I don't think I was on the show when she came on, but I do have the book. I did get the book before because that was just a real good twist.
It is 360. What is it? 365. It's a devotional, guys. So if you're watching or listening, it's a devotional that you can check out. You basically follow it every day.
Right.
And she has something every day.
Yeah, and it mixes with rap songs and it's taking verses and songs and kind of equating that to the message for that particular day. It's called My God Today,
That's
365 devotions for people who might be a little ratchet, but God knows your heart.
And then the second one, it's a new one out now. And so I remember just being intrigued with the work that had to be put into the play. I mean, getting the rights and all that and thinking about the different songs to you. Like, girl, God really gave you this book. Because this is a lot.
Because that ADHD will kick in. Like, what?
Yeah,
I don't want to do this on time.
Yeah. I just do a Zoom every morning
we'll
or something.
Do a 30-day devotion.
Look at looking at those pictures. They said it's that. So I guess for each of us, how does it feel to be anchors in the conversation of Birmingham? Like, I'm a part of something that speaks the Birmingham language. We speak a different language here. We do things different here, and you're part of the narrative for that. So how does that feel?
Well, we're talking about how it feels. I do remember something now because of the work that we did around the tornadoes that hit Tuscaloosa and Pratt, particularly with Pratt. The NAACP gave us an award.
Yup.
So the local NAACP chapter gave us an award, and that was something pretty cool. So it's for me, the reason why I wanted to be a part of it, of the show overall, because I always had some stuff that I wanted to say, I wanted to talk about it, but didn't have that platform and a vehicle to do it. So when she put the open call on Twitter, and I saw that, I said, okay, maybe this is an opportunity. This is a shot. So it's something that I've, loved and enjoyed doing, and it was always served as an outlet for me So for me, it's been an outlet, and it's always good to be a part of meaningful conversation, not just talking about something for the sake of talking about it, but not. What we do is we give something people to grab onto and take away.
Yeah.
With anything that we talk about, I feel like it's always somebody you could. It may be one word they said or one phrase they said that you can say, you know, that makes sense to me. I didn't think about it that way. And no other show in Birmingham does that.
I appreciate that. And I value that. As far as like what the intent of this, it's vital that we, you know, discuss these things, we do these things, we don't just talk about them. Like if it was just a space to talk, like nah, because honestly, like we can have a conversation, just us, about anything any day, but to be able to come and bring it to the people who are impacted, you know, like.
And a lot of times we have come here and it's like, what we gonna talk about?
Right.
I don't know. So we gonna start off here
and
go, and those will be some of our best shows sometimes, because it's just like,
off the fly.
How many times have we had a show and we say, all right, before we get on air, all right, we just gonna be on maybe like an hour in the night. We ain't gonna go the whole thing because we ain't got a lot.
Right.
And then it's like, well, we get close to an hour. It's like, well, you know, we could just go ahead and keep on going, since we, you know, we kind of got something going. And I think this also speaks something to you, the caliber of the panel that you've been able to assemble.
Yeah.
No matter who has come on this panel, majority of people, if you look at what they're doing now, they're doing big things in the city. And, you know, when you think about, you know, what some of the people in the past, you think about Tamika Newton and what she's doing in her coffee conversations that she does, and then you think about Eskimo Joe, now Joe, you know, and what he has going on, and you think about what we were just talking about with Tramilia operating a business. Everybody that's been affiliated with this show in some shape, form, or fashion has kind of expanded and grown in some shape, form, doing something good for herself. I think all of us can say, you know, we've done a little bit more than now. We're doing more now than what we did when we first started on here.
Absolutely. And growth, you know, just maturity and growth adds a lot to that. Like the network, the connections that you're able to make. We got a judge that's on the bench now that it knows that he has an open invitation. And honestly, I was expecting Judge Chuck Price to come back tonight. He's been on 2 times in the past 30 days. Right.
Levels.
And we love him. So with just that type of bond with people, based on the fact that this is a platform where people can come and be themselves and share what's vital.
I ain't gonna tell y'all where I met him at, but he is so cool.
We were in line together. So yeah, like this is the whole part. Like you can be vital anywhere you are. And I think that we do set that standard. Like, what? You thought what? No, this is what it is. We here. Come meet us here tonight, right? And we don't change. And that's who it is. It's what it is. To speak to what Ced did say about the personalities that come, one thing is for sure. If you are not supposed to be here, you don't stay.
I was thinking, when your time is up, it's up.
Yeah.
It is up.
And nobody really has to say it. It's just kind of understood. Like the core is the core, and people know. You know, we know who the core is out of tons of people that have come through and been a part of, if it were for a week or for a day. And it just reminded me. So you all, I don't know if anybody was around when Corey Morita was on.
Who was that?
So Corey was murdered. My mom is watching, and I wish she could kind of send me the information. But this young man was talented in his own right. He had some acting stuff going on, and he was on the show for a quick stint, very quick. But added to the show, and I need to see who was on around the time he was on. Ms. Woodruff, if you're listening, I see that you're listening and watching, but if you can share anything about him, please do right quick, because I just thought about it.
Was he like?
I don't really
in the midst of, or you don't remember?
I don't remember. I just know that I met him. I want to say he wrote a book. He also lived with sickle cell disease, but neither of those situations had anything to do with his demise. So it was really just, I don't know. And I need to get with her to figure out the rest of that story. And I don't even know if he's on any of the pictures or not. But you think about all of the people in the city who've been a part of the show, even if it were for just a few weeks, you know, like, hey, well, I'm on. But I got something else going on, like from the very beginning, and I can shout these people out because they were a part of the show. CJ, Sirius, Vegas, Silk, all were a part of the show from the beginning. Like did
Twist
everything
T.
I needed them to do. Yeah, DJ Twist T. So many people. Be Stuck. Brandon Stuckey was a part of the show. There were, so when we talk about people who have been here and been a part of that are doing whatever they're doing now, they came here first. They were our people, and they'll always be our people, even if they're not a part of the show as you know it. They played a part in it when they're season, like any other show.
Yeah.
They were on season 12. After season 12, that was that. But some people have been around since season 1, and here we are at season 14, and you all are still here. So that is just amazing. And I'm grateful to have good people who get it. Like you just have to get it. And when you get it, you got it. And when you got it, it's good. It's vital. So yeah, that's where we are. Anything else before we go? Any other thoughts? Headed to 15 years. I said 15 years. It's over. I'm doing something different.
You did say that.
I'm still thinking about that because I'm talking about traveling the world every Sunday. Where's Woo? Somewhere. So, or either just taking Vital to TV. Who knows? But for 14 years, we've done radio and community, and we'll keep doing that. If you're interested in being a part of it, let us know. Like it's room for you in some kind of way to be a part of. This week we'll be out giving away those kits. So like it's a lot of stuff that we have that we've collected for. They're called emergency kits. So it's like tissue, toothpaste, toothbrushes, but people need that stuff every day. So I said, well, hey, to celebrate 14 years, we hadn't really been able to do any major events, like major give backs, that we hadn't done any of that. So I said, for what we already have collected, we already have it packaged. Let's go pass that out. Let's go do that.
I need to get you that laundry detergent too.
Yeah, bring it. If you all want to add some stuff, well, I ain't got time for that. Nope. We already got what we got. We're going to go distribute that. Okay. That's how we're going to celebrate 14 years, by giving back. What's happening this week? Anything that we're looking forward to this particular week? First full week of April.
Shouldn't they solidify? Is Cassandra Brown been solidified yet? Shouldn't they make a determination as to
this
whether or
week?
not? Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So we are definitely, yeah. To that point, Alabama senator that is retiring, he's not even going to be in place. Yeah. Richard Shelby, right? Yeah. He says that she was nice to meet with, but I don't like what she was talking about, so I'm not supporting the vote.
Okay. That ain't why.
Well, why? Why is it? Because she's black.
Because she's black.
That's it.
She's a black woman. That's why.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
It don't matter what she say. She could agree with everything that he got going on. But she a black woman, so he's not going to support that.
She was nice. I met with her. She was nice.
He said just like that. She was nice.
Yeah, but no. Okay, so that should be happening this weekend. We're paying close attention to that. What else?
Them children finally go back to school.
Get out!
They don't go back until Tuesday.
And then they say that, I didn't recognize that.
Birmingham City Schools go back Tuesday.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
a teacher work
they
day.
Friday after that. For a
What?
late spring break.
Friday.
Well, they call it a late spring break on the calendar.
My children don't go there.
So you actually looked at this calendar because I just like, what?
Say mine go
My
back
children go back
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Right, Monday.
You got a few days. John Layden.
On the hearing aid? What that is?
A microphone,
so he can hear
girl.
himself.
No, that's a hearing aid. Yes, it is.
So yeah, we're gonna get out of here because this could go really crazy. We've watched the Grammys tonight just to make sure that we don't miss anything. I don't think that we did. Well, we probably missed hearing something.
Yeah.
Should have had Kanye on there.
They said Trevor Noah. Was it? They said Trevor Noah did. He mocked Will Smith. We're gonna have to go back on YouTube. I bet it was funny.
It probably was, but Trevor Noah.
Saturday Night Live went in.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they went in. So
Okay, so we gotta watch that too.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't, like what you said, we didn't get a chance to see anything about Kanye because, as we know, he and Trevor Noah have had some issues But then they didn't say anything about Trevor Noah when they said that Kanye wouldn't perform. They said that, hey, he's just been acting too irate on social media.
Right. Yeah. It didn't have anything to do with Trevor Noah why he didn't perform. It had to do with what he been doing about the video and the Pete, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes to show how your personal life and what you post on social media can affect your professional life.
So make sure you know, make sure you mean what you posting. Like I said, what I said.
But he kind of was coming to Trevor Noah because
he definitely did. Yeah, but
like that comedian wise, like will Kanye went up there and slapped D.L. Hughley?
Would Kanye have slapped D.L. Hughley?
No.
But he snatched the mic from Taylor Swift.
Right.
Oh, it was Taylor Swift.
I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce's great. Beyonce's the greatest singer of all time.
And I don't even talk to him.
And then he shrugged.
Pull the stick.
He walked off.
DL might pull the stick, or he got somebody outside.
Yeah, Steve Harvey.
Yeah, because they said they came from a different generation. Okay. Well, there we are. Happy Sunday, everyone. Get ready to get your week started. We've set you straight, talked about 14 years of radio from a vital perspective. You can catch us in the streets all week. Being great and being vital. You do the same. Be sure to tune in the morning, 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. right here on B94.9 WATV for Lady Wu's Midday Fun Shui. Y'all be blessed. Be vital. Bye-bye.